Welcome back to the Texas Sports Connection. I'm Chip Brown along with Sean Adams. We are the bottom line weekday mornings on AM 1300 The Zone. Always giving you a little recruiting talk here on TexasSportsConnection.com. And Sean, big official visit weekend for Texas this past weekend. They bring in some really key guys like Jeffrey McCullough, outside linebacker, Brandon Jones, and Deontay Anderson, two of the top safeties in the country, and two big defensive tackles in Stephen Taylor and Marcel Southall. Sounds like those visits went well. They get one commitment, Zach Shackelford, the offensive lineman from Belton, coached by a good friend of yours.
Well, yeah, of course, he played for Bob Shipley there, and look, he's a fantastic lineman. He's already big, 6'4", 300 pounds, and with Jake Rawlinson transferring, looks like he might be in line to see if he can compete for that center spot. Glad that he's probably checking in. I think the Texas fans are glad he's checking in a semester early so that he can get that work like Connor Williams did last year, and he's ready to go for his freshman year.
Yeah, an early enrollee. He went, talk about going down to the wire. He was a K-State commitment coming into this official visit weekend. Classes start at Texas and K-State on Tuesday, so he had to make that call, and he pulls the trigger for Texas. And he said something interesting as he was, talking about his commitment to Texas. He said, I never would have committed to Texas unless the coaching staff change that happened with Sterling Gilbert as the offensive coordinator and Matt Maddox as the new offensive line coach at Texas. Those guys were recruiting him at Tulsa. He said Joe Wickline, the previous offensive line coach, did not even know his name, and he would not have come to Texas. So that's a feather in Maddox and Gilbert's cap.
Well, for sure, but that's part of the issue. I think why change needed to be made. The relationship building on the recruiting trail is something that was rough. It was rough for Joe Wickline to do, and these relationships that they were immediately able to make, having already recruited him while they were at Tulsa, is an immediate dividend for this new piece to the offensive coaching staff.
Well, and Zach Shackelford joins an offensive line recruiting class that already includes Jean Delance, one of the top tackles in the state of Texas, if not the country, Tope Amade, one of the best guards, and Denzel Okafor, who's got a wingspan that goes on for forever. So they've still got their eye on Patrick Hudson, who's been a soft Baylor commitment, but we may have more news on that next week. So there's a little tease for you.
A lot of changes coming.
For Sean Adams, I'm Chip Brown. Keep it right here on the Texas Sports Connection, TexasSportsConnection.com. And, of course, listen to The Bottom Line weekday mornings on AM 1300 The Zone, Austin Sports Talk leader.